This is Maxine Buckley. Maxine, would you mind just briefly telling people a little bit about yourself and what you do, why you're here?
Thank you. Thanks for having me on your live today. Hello to everybody. I just want to briefly tell you what I do. So obviously doing hypnosis is about changing your mindset, and I help loads of people lose weight by changing their mindset for eating different foods, being motivated, all sorts of different reasons, whether they want to give up certain foods or increase certain foods like certain vegetables that they want to increase, or drink more water, or exercise more. But motivation is always quite a difficult one, and sometimes we look at that motivation and we want to be motivated to lose that weight long term, and that gap can be quite a big gap, and it feels like that's just so far away. It's about really changing your mindset and thinking about it in a different way so that your gap becomes much smaller. So you're going to reward yourself immediately. And thinking about the way that you eat, and your thoughts are everything. So when you're thinking about what you're going to eat, that's how you're going to behave. So what I want you to do is get yourself to be thinking about visualising how you want to look and how you want to feel. So if you want to do this with me, you can just take a nice deep breath in. And if you just breathe in for the count of 4 and back out for the count of 8. And that's quite hard sometimes, that proper belly, like bring it in and back out for 8. And you can close your eyes if it makes you visualise things better. And take another nice deep breath in for the count of 4 and back out for the count of 8. And just one more. Nice deep breath in and back out. And just notice as your anxiety levels, you feel a lot calmer once you start breathing. This is always really good if you're about to eat something, because you're not like waffling in, eating really fast. So just doing that breathing just calms you down and makes you a little bit less anxious, and can also release a craving. And I want you to see yourself in that future, that end goal, that goal that you really want, where your jeans may be feeling a little bit looser, maybe you see yourself in that bikini, maybe you want to see yourself in a certain dress or on a beach or wherever it is that you want to go and do at that end goal. But I also want you to think about visually what you look like and what you feel like, what it feels like to feel that slimmer you, that better you. And also the things that people are going to say to you. Think about all the people that will say those lovely things. Look how well you look how brilliant you look, how much weight have you lost, you're looking amazing, you're feeling amazing, how much more confident you are. And I want you to just really feel those and almost see that person, that better you that you want to be, that person you want to become, and just kind of step into that person. And feel what it's like. Just feel what it's like to be that slimmer, healthier, fitter you. And remember that you love yourself and that you want to respect yourself and that you want to be healthy, fit and well. Because it's not just about losing weight, it's about being healthy. Not just physically, but mentally. It's having your mental well-being is important as well. And when you're thinking about that, you're just feeling nice and relaxed. I want you to think about that food that you shouldn't really be eating, or you don't want to eat. Maybe that's the chocolate cake, the biscuits, the wine, whatever it is. And think about that and see it. Just visualise it. Just visualise that piece of food that you know you shouldn't eat. And I want you to just look at it. And I want you to just say, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I choose to be without you, and I'm okay with that. And then push it away as you refuse it. And take that as a reward. So that when you go to bed at that night, thank yourself for saying no to that piece of food that you could have ate. Just say no to it. You don't need it and you don't want it. And before you go to bed of a night, another really good thing for you to do is just to imagine yourself eating healthy, good food, drinking plenty of water, exercising, and all the things that you want to achieve. Because just before you go to bed is the time where the subconscious mind is a lot more open. And if you visualise it, really visualise what it's like to eat that healthy food, drink that water, exercise, your brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. So if you're imagining yourself eating that good food and exercising and drinking the water, then your brain thinks you've already done it. Your mind thinks that you've already done it. So the next day you will achieve that with ease, with a lot more ease. You will go through it thinking, today I will eat this, this and this. I will drink the water, I will exercise, and see yourself doing it. And remember to tell yourself that you love yourself and that you respect yourself. And when you do that, and just take a deep breath in and let it go, you'll start to notice the difference and reward yourself just every night. And then that gap becomes smaller and smaller. And you'll start noticing the weight will come off easily. And listen to the words that you say to yourself. If you're saying to yourself, if I eat that cake, I'm going to go straight on my hips, then you're going to get it straight on the hips. Your mind hears everything. So you know when you see those slim women or those slim men or whatever they are, and they say, oh, I don't ever put on weight. That's because they're telling themselves, I never put on weight. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself, respect yourself, and eat healthy, good food. And remind yourself that you don't need all that food. If portion size is your problem, remember that you don't need all that food. Or that habit that you've had, that maybe you have to eat everything on the plate. Remind yourself that you don't have to eat everything on the plate anymore. You're not that child. Your mum's not going to come in and go, you've got to eat all of that before you have dessert. All of those little things, those habits that you used to have, that you've had from way back from when you were a child, you don't have them anymore. And from today and today onwards, it's just changing those habits. It's something you ate in the past. And I want you to think about that for a minute. Just think about all the foods that you ate in the past, or over the last few weeks, or even that period over Christmas, like Liz was saying, that time when you were just eating for the sake of eating. And look and think about all of that food. Did you really need all of that food? And then think about, what did that do for me? All of that food, if you see it in bulk, maybe on a table, all full, and how disgusting it is, you think of all of that food, how much there was there. And change it. It's a bit like when you were a child, maybe you ate like, I don't know, sugar sandwiches or tomato sauce sandwiches, stuff like that you wouldn't dream of eating now. But change that mindset to now, so that you don't eat biscuits anymore, you don't eat the chocolate, or you don't eat whatever it is that you know you shouldn't be eating. And most of us know where we're going wrong. We know what adjustments we need, so we just need to feel motivated. But you won't feel motivated if you're feeling negative. If you're feeling negative about the future, if you're feeling negative about yourself, the motivation won't come. So start feeling a lot more positive and be kind to yourself and say positive things to yourself, so that every day is a new day, you're feeling good about yourself and that you know that you can do it. At the end of every day, be thankful that you've done really well. Be kind to yourself. Say, yeah, well done. You've done really well today. You refused that cake. You refused those biscuits or that bottle of wine or whatever it was. And you chose the healthier option. And start feeling a lot more positive. And when you do the deep breathing just before you eat, that will really help. There's another breathing technique that you can do, and that's simply by breathing in. So if you remember a time when maybe you cried really, really hard, or someone else really cried, maybe when you was a child, you go, if you do that, when you see that food, you go, that craving can just pass through you. And a craving will go past through your body within 90 seconds. And you let go. And remember to say, I see you. I acknowledge you. and I choose to be without you. And then smile and remind yourself that you're doing really well. And just a few of those little things that you can help yourself. And remember the words that people will say to you when you know that you're going to reach your goal, because you will reach your goal. Be confident and be positive. And then you'll start feeling a lot better in yourself and more motivated. And don't forget to see yourself doing those exercises, eating healthily, the night before, every night before you go to bed. And remember that you love yourself and you respect yourself. And that's why you want to change. And remember those reasons why you want to do that. So if you want to do any more than that, you can always get in touch with me and do more hypnosis on about how hypnosis can help you with diet or feeling motivated or feeling confident. You can leave messages below or direct message me.
Maxine, can I say what you're suggesting sounds a bit echoey. Sounds it's almost just sort of changing the way that you talk to yourself, because I think quite often when you if we take weight for an example, if you want to kind of change what your habits are, for me, I think more often you go to bed and you kind of think, right, tomorrow I'm going to do this and that and this and that, and it's much more coming from sort of a more of a angry kind of cross point, rather than what you're talking about sounds a lot more kind of relaxing and sort of and gentle and thinking and visualization. So it's kind of the same message, but you're sort of telling it to yourself in a different way, and somehow perhaps that makes it sink in better, because it doesn't feel like you're telling yourself off.
Harsh.
Yeah,
because it's the fear, isn't it? Sort of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, like determination, like it's something difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it should be a lot calmer and a lot easier. And sometimes that's the problem, is we're looking at it, it's like, it's going to be so hard, that getting to that point, getting to that goal, losing all that weight, it's so difficult. No, if you just take a step back and think, right, okay, I love myself, I respect myself, I want to look after myself, and if I see myself doing those things and just being a bit kinder and being relaxed, things will come, they'll start naturally falling into place. And anxiety and feeling negative just doesn't help, and we can get ourselves so wrapped up.
Yeah.
Eating something, or how many times you've ate something and then thought, I feel guilty now, I shouldn't have ate that.
Yeah.
And instead of doing that, accept it, go, look, I've ate it, it's fine, it's done.
I was just going to ask you exactly that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to do it.
Right. I was going to ask you exactly that. So if you do fall into that situation, which, let's face it, we all do. Instead of kind of, because I think the other thing is that people quite often, and I say people, myself included, will do that thing where if you do slip up, whatever it is, glass of wine, biscuit, cake, whatever, you kind of think, oh, well, that's it now, I failed. So I might as well just carry on.
I'm going to do the whole bottle. I'm
Yeah.
going to eat the whole packet. We used to do that. Or we start that diet, don't we, on a Monday, by lunchtime it's over. Or, by Friday you haven't lost 5 pounds and you're like, oh, I've got the oven now, so I might as well just drink that bottle of wine and eat the crisps or whatever it is. Because we do, don't we? We just think, oh, sod it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
But it's staying relaxed and focused. And there are times where we emotionally, and that doesn't matter whether we're happy, sad, bored, it really doesn't matter. We make that excuse. Oh, well, I've had a bit of a bad day, so I'm going to eat that cake. Or I've had a brilliant day, so I'm really well, I'm going to eat the cake. It doesn't really matter. We still make that excuse, don't we?
Yeah.
If we just have everything in a bit more moderation and think, no, actually, do I really need that? Do I really want it? You never reward yourself with a stick of broccoli or carrot or something like that. It's always going to be the cake, the chocolate, the biscuits, the wine, the beer, whatever.
Yeah.
And changing that mindset, going, well, actually, is that a treat?
Yeah.
If it's not doing me any good and it's not helping me, it's not good for my health, then why am I eating it?
Right.
What's the point? So it is just boredom. And instead of saying, oh, well, I'm bored, well, then think, right, only boring people get bored. Let's do something else. So just changing the way you think and changing your mindset really, really helps. And another good tip is, if you're thinking about that, chocolate cake. So if you think about a chocolate cake now,
Yeah.
think about it, that slice of chocolate cake, and you've got it with the cream maybe on top, pouring over, and the fork is on the side of the
chocolate
plate.
sauce.
Yeah, that lovely dark chocolate cake, and you're thinking, yeah, amazing. But now if you think about it and change it from colour to black and white, think about it in black and white, it's suddenly not quite as appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take that picture, maybe if it's quite a big picture, maybe it was in colour and it's quite big, make it black and white and make it smaller and shrink it down. Like, you know, when you've got your iPad, you just shrink a picture down. Just shrink it down and make it smaller and make it black and white, and then think, yeah, that doesn't really do anything for me. Or think of it with another food that you really dislike. So say for a chocolate cake and say Brussels sprouts, and imagine them mixed up to the two together, maybe with something that you really dislike that makes you feel physically sick. For a lot of people, that's something like sambuca or tequila or something like that. And think of that poured over and think, there's no way I'm going to eat that. And think, no, I don't want it anymore. I don't even really need it. I don't like it. I help people with a lot of sugar cravings and turning the sugar up so that everything tastes, 1,000 times more sickly and sweet. And if you think about that food that's really makes you feel sick, a piece of food that you think, that's just too sickly, and imagine that food that you want to eat tasting like that, then you won't want to eat it. And it's just really changing your mindset. But going back to being kind to yourself, don't be so harsh. Just accept it. Just say, like, I love myself. And I know that sounds really weird and it might feel funny saying that. So, like, looking at yourself in the mirror and going, I love myself. I respect myself. And choose to be okay. And taking charge of what you're eating and seeing yourself, visualising yourself is so important. Because, like I said, the mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. So it really believes that you are going to do that the next day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think it does. And I think, like I say, it is just deliberately changing your kind of approach to your thoughts. And also I think the other thing is slowing down a little bit, because a lot of what you're talking about, I think, is just being a bit more considered about stuff. So, like, for example, just rush it, like you were saying about not clearing your plate. I eat at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So at the moment, I'm trying to slow down my eating a bit, because I don't, a lot of things in my life are a rush. And I think that people in London particularly, life is like that. You're always thinking about the next thing. So you just, quickly stuffing things down.
Then I can do the next thing.
Yeah. So I think some of what you're saying is about kind of just putting more thought into what you're doing and sort of slowing yourself down mentally and thinking, like, as you say, do I really want this? Do I need this? Sometimes I say to myself, if I pretend I've already had it, like, then where am I at? Because, like,
you've had it.
Yeah, then it's done. But it does make sense. And like I say, I think that nighttime stuff is really useful, because I know for me that's definitely the common one, is to lie in bed and think, right, tomorrow I'm going to be, and perhaps, as you say, it's more about being more gentle and more positive about it, so it doesn't feel like you're setting yourself up to do something horrible that you don't want to do. But you're actually setting yourself up to do something you do want to do and you're going to benefit from, and you're going to feel nice about it. So making that mental connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And just remembering why you're doing it. It's not just about the losing weight, it's being healthy, fit and well.
Yeah.
And that's important, is to be, the other reasons for it. And also the family. If you're with if you've got family or a husband or wife or whatever it is, thinking about what they're eating and saying to them, look, we should all be doing this.
Yeah.
One of my clients said to me the other day that it dawned on her that she was eating the chocolate biscuits, like a packet full, every night, and she realised that she was setting her daughter up for the same life.
Right, of course, yeah.
To have diabetes, and all the rest of it. And that's what she was doing. And so a whole new generation will come in that will be eating that packet of biscuits overnight because a mum used to do it, or that kind of habit that you learn behaviour that you learn from being a child, that it's perfectly acceptable to eat a packet of biscuits.
Yeah.
And do you need those, that packet of biscuits, and do you want your children to be doing that as well?
Yeah.
So just changing your buying habits.
Yeah, if you haven't got it, you're not going to eat it.
Can't have it.
Yeah. I think those are really useful pieces of advice. And, you're talking about kind of feeling positive or negative, and obviously it's been a very sort of negative couple of months, really. I know, we're far from over the whole pandemic situation, but there's optimism there, isn't there? The talk of this kind of exit from the lockdown. And so I think perhaps for a lot of people, hopefully that is going to shift the mindset to feel slightly more positive. And therefore it would be a good time to really start thinking, I can do this stuff. I can, like you say, I can get into that dress. Because, like I said to you earlier, and this is, when we're allowed back, I want to be there with bells on, that's how I feel at the moment. I want to, because I think, we've certainly lived through a period and continue to, it's not in the past, but, where we realise that all the things we took for granted have been taken away. So it's kind of like, I feel like, just get out there, enjoy it every minute, and maximise. And to do that, I want to feel good in my body, and I want to feel good in my head. And I want people to say you look well, and all of those things that kind of make you feel
feel confident. But don't you think that if you haven't seen people for a long time, and most of us haven't, and to see them go, oh God, you've kept well because you've been eating so much. You'd probably be saying, oh God, look at you've been in lockdown and you've lost the weight that you just went on to. All of us, I think last year was sort of, our weight was probably fluctuating quite a bit, and it's time, to go, right, actually I'm going to do something about it now. And feeling motivated and positive and confident and feeling that you can do it, as long as you stay positive and motivated.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, all right. Well, Maxine, thank you again, and I'll speak to you soon, and we'll be seeing lots more of you.
Yes, thank you so much
for coming on.
You're welcome.